Hey guys, so this is just gonna be like a short video just about receiving because I want to do like a more in-depth one. I've really been sitting with Yah and asking him to help me to receive his grace, help me to receive what he has for me because I didn't know how to receive. Now, a few months ago, I made a post about making more room. And, in order to receive things, we have to make more room. And when you look up receive in Hebrew, or at least in ancient Hebrew, it means to take. In Hebrew, things are described by their function. So when you receive, you're taking because someone is giving you something and you have to take it. So I'm like, okay, because there's a lot of things that Yah wants to give me, but I'm not taking it. But the thing was, I didn't know how. I didn't know how to take it, especially when you're raised to be a giver and not a borrower, or a lender and not a borrower. So when it comes to receiving help or even asking, that can hinder that receiving part. And that's just something that I really had to sit with because it was hindering my ability to receive from Yah, you know? And in that, I'm like, okay, where do I start? Like, how does this even work? And one of the things I've been learning is just practicing being present, really being present. Because, and when I say present, like, I guess in mental health, they would call it mindfulness. But when you're present, it allows your body to be in a calm state so you can take in what's around you. So an example would be, actually, me and my friend, we went on a walk at this beautiful park, and it has like a lake and a bunch of trails. Like it's a really big park and it's beautiful. A lot of things for people to do, like for like in the community. And we just sat down on the bench. Typically we just walk and then we kind of stand around and talk after. But this time we actually sat down on one of the picnic benches and really just sat and watched the lake and watched the geese and just looked and like, yo, like y'all created all of this for us, and just how beautiful it is, how peaceful it was, how graceful everything just looks. At that moment, we were practicing being present. We wasn't focused on the next thing. We wasn't focused on what we had to do the rest of the day. We weren't focused on, what we need to do next week. We wasn't focused on things of the past. We was just focused on that moment. And I'm like, that moment allowed us to receive, to take in the beauty of what was around us. And that actually leads to grace, which is very interesting. When I looked up grace in Hebrew, I'm not going to go into that because that's going to turn into a whole thing. And it's all connected. But I say all of this to say, I was an individual that, I realized that we're not able to receive because we have to release things. And just because you're not able to receive does not always mean that you didn't release. You can release something and still not know how to receive. So I just encourage you to pray and ask Yah to help you to be able to receive in Yahushua's name, okay? That is a prayer point that may be helpful for you because it was helpful for me, and it helped a lot. It helped a lot. I feel like there was something else I wanted to share really quick. But yeah, cut yourself some slack. Well, I don't want to say cut yourself some slack, but give yourself a break. You may actually be putting so much pressure on yourself, to be honest with you, because of not being able to receive. my friend, we were talking about this, and they mentioned I don't even know the verse on the top of my head. Y'all figure it out or put it in the comments, whatever. About when someone is delivered and set free, when the spirit leaves, it roams around in the desert places trying to look for another home, and if it can't find another home, it's gonna go back and be like, yeah, I'm returning to my original home. Obviously I'm paraphrasing. And the original home it considers your house, your body, its home. So it's gonna come back and see if that place is swept clean. And it got us to thinking, because it's like, wait a minute, what if that verse is really referring to that? Because a lot of times when it comes to prayer, like I see a lot of people, they'll say, okay, you got delivered, you got set free, let's fill you back up with the Holy Spirit, and I'm like, we say it, but is there an action that has to be brought forth, along with that? Because when that spirit comes back to see, and you still have a void, if you still have an empty place because you weren't able to receive what Yah has for you or what Yah needed you to receive, that place is still going to be empty. So that spirit is going to come right back and fill it up. And I was like, Again, that part was just something that we stumbled across while speaking, but share your thoughts, feel free to. But the whole thing is, ask Yah to help you. Ask Yah to help you to receive, okay? You're not broken. You may have actually released the things that you need to release. Again, the problem is you may not know how to receive, and you need to learn how to receive. A lot of these things are learning things that we need to process and take in. There we go. Take it in, right? So I pray that this encourages you, and y'all have a blessed day.